Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about our digital notebook and how we are going to be using it. I don't know where to put myself. Put it right there. Okay. So this is our digital notebook. Well, this one's mine, but you should have a copy that looks like this. And on the side, it has all of these pretty colored tabs. These aren't just for decoration, okay? So when you click on the tab, it'll take you to the start of that section. So the yellow one takes you there. The purple one takes you to the start of the purple one, and so on and so forth. Now, yesterday, we started connecting our unit organizer concepts, and a lot of you guys had a little bit of trouble inserting shapes and stuff, so I'm going to show you how to do that too. But for starters, this is what your notebook should look like. You have a blue cover, you have your table of contents, you have your yellow section. Okay, this is the first section that we did. The first thing we talked about in science was lab tools and safety. So here it is. Everything that has to do with that is in this yellow section. Now you know it's part of that because the little ribbon at the top is also yellow. Okay, yesterday we started our unit 1, investigating chemicals. This will be purple. Everything that has to do with investigating chemicals will have a purple ribbon at the top. Now, let me see. Okay, so here at the top, we have a lot of different little icons. So this plus sign, you can add a new slide with the same format. This little backwards arrow, it's undo. So if you like delete something and you didn't mean to delete it, you can undo it. This is redo. So if you accidentally delete something, you can put it back. This is the print button. This is a paint format. I don't know what this is actually. This magnifying glass, okay? If I asked one of you to read this out loud, maybe it would be a little hard to see if it zoomed out. So you could click like 200 and it'll be really close. Now, this little pointer, I'm gonna zoom back up. And this little pointer changes it from the magnifying glass to being able to drag and hold stuff. Okay, it's called select. This box right here, it's a little box with a T. It's a text box. Okay, so once you open it, you can start writing anything you want. Now you can, I'm gonna move myself a little bit. You can change the font. If you go like here on Arial, you click it and it's all of these different fonts. If you want to make it really pretty, or if you want to make it look like tough or something, you can change that. These numbers, there's a minus sign and a plus sign. You can make it the font bigger or you can make it smaller. This B, I'm gonna change it to one where you can see the difference. I'll make it a little bigger so you guys can read. This B stands for bold. So if you want the letters to be darker, you can click it and it'll be darker. The little I is for italicized. So it'll be a little slanted. The U is for underline. If you want to underline something really important, you can go ahead and do that. This A is for text color. So if I don't want a black little hello message, I want it to be red, I can change it to red. Okay? This is a highlight, so you can highlight it with your mouse and then you click highlight and you pick a color and it'll highlight it blue for you. That's kind of hard to read, so let me undo it. Okay? This is if you want to insert a link to somewhere. Let's say I could just put like youtube.com or something, and it'll take you to that website. You can also copy and paste stuff. This is to add a comment, so I could click on this and say, hey, I really liked the notes you took here, or I like the connections you made, okay? This one is the align button, so if you don't want it to be off to the left, you could center it, you could move it to the right, or you could just have like it's all uniform. This is the spacing, like if your sentences are too close together, you can make it bigger and it'll have like some extra space in between the sentences for you guys to read. This is for numbers, okay? If you want to make a list, you can add some numbers. If you click tab on your keyboard, it'll go from numbers to like letters. And if you keep tabbing, it'll go to like Roman numerals, okay? This one is for bullets. If you don't want a number, you want like bullets. There's arrows, there's little stars. Okay. This is to indent. Actually, I haven't used these, so don't ask me. So that's like text features. Okay. But yesterday we were trying to highlight or outline, I should say, the text our unit map. So we would go to insert and then go to shape and then shapes and then this circle, okay? Because these are like ovals and you just want to drag out the shape, kind of make it like fit. I think that's pretty good. Now notice that when I drag it over, it actually covers the text. So you want to go to this bucket right here and it says fill color. So that's the color that the shape is going to be inside. I don't want it to be a color. Well, actually, there's two ways you can do this, okay? You can make it transparent. That way you can see through it and then just change that outline color. And I think this first one was pink. So I'm going to make it a little smaller. So if you just want to outline the concept in your unit map, you could do that, okay? Make the fill color transparent so you can see through it and outline the shape in whatever color you want. Or you can, I'll make it black. You can make the fill color, because it was pink, make it pink, but instead of just leaving it like that, you go to custom. And then right here at the bottom, it says transparency. Now, this will make it like a color, but you can still see through it. So you want to like drag it to where it's still a little pink, but I can actually read stuff. And you'll click OK. And it's still pink, but now it looks like it has like a filter on it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other word bubbles that we had. So you can either insert a new shape, insert a new oval, and do it that way. Same thing, you want to, however, this second one, I think it was green. So we're going to have to go to the fill, custom, make it transparent a little bit so we can actually read what it says. And then you can place it right over. And now it's green. Now you can use buttons on your keyboard. At the bottom left of your keyboard, there's a button that says CTRL. So it stands for control. You can hold that control button and then press the letter C, and it copies that shape that's highlighted, okay? And then to paste it, you're gonna hit that button again, CTRL, control, and you're gonna click V, and that makes that shape again. It's the same shape and the same size and the same color, okay? But I don't want it to be the same color, so I'm gonna go to the bucket again, and I think this one was orange. I think we made it orange, but notice how I can't see it, okay? So I need to go to fill, to custom, and then I need to make it transparent so I can see through it. Okay, so now I have my word bubbles in my unit map color coded. If I'm talking about elements, it's going to be pink. If I'm talking about compounds, it's going to be green. And if I'm talking about chemical changes, it will be orange. So I'm going to go ahead and move my camera or my little picture of me. And then after we organized our unit map, we did our unit relationships. But notice that there's not a shape surrounding these words. Okay, so I am going to insert. Let me turn on the focus. Okay, I'm going to go to insert, shape, and I'm going to make a little square. Okay, so I'm going to insert a little square. Now again, once you make it, it's not going to be see-through. Okay, you have to change that setting in the bucket. So this time I don't want it to look like it has a filter. I just want it to be an outline. So I'm going to go to transparent, my outline. So I want the outline of these words to match the strand that they are in. Okay, so knowing. Well, I don't have to know chemical changes. I have to identify them. Let's see elements. Okay, so knowing is part of the element strand, so I know that it has to have some pink in there. I'm going to make it pink. I'm going to make it a little smaller, and I'm going to place it over that word knowing. Now, that isn't the only strand that has knowing in there. Compounds also has it. It says we have to know compounds. So again, I'm going to highlight this shape. I'm going to click CTRL or Control C, the letter C, and then I'm going to hit Control V, and it copied that shape for me. But notice that compounds isn't pink. That strand is green. So I'm going to highlight it green, and I'm going to place it right over. So now I have both colors highlighting or outlining this word, okay? Now the next one, chemical changes. I'm going to same thing. Click on the shape. I'm going to press Control C and then Control V, and it copied the shape for me. The same shape, the same size, but I don't want it the same color. I need this one to be orange. So I'm going to click on this little pencil and I'm going to click orange, and now I have my orange box. Okay, last but not least, we need to underline our unit self-test questions. So to underline, like if it's already there, like if it's a picture, you can click on this line and you insert a line. Okay, now you click on it and you click and drag it with your mouse, but notice that I can make it diagonal or make it not so straight. So a trick that you can do is while you're still clicking it and dragging it, you hold the shift button and it'll make it a super straight line for you, okay? So I can't really see this line. It's a little hard for me. So I'm going to go to next to the pencil. There's a bunch of little lines and it's the line weight. So I can make it thicker. So let's say 2. Now I can clearly see it, but let's say I need a little more. So I'll do 3. Okay, I can clearly see that this underline is under this question. Okay, so the first question is, what characteristics define an element? And I know that elements are, when I categorize my elements, they're going to be pink. So I'm going to do pink. Okay, now my unit map, my unit relationships, and my unit self-test questions match. So I'm going to click this line, Control C, Control V, and I'm going to drag it to the second question. Now, when I talk about compounds, I'm not going to use pink. I'm going to use green. So I need to go to this little pencil, and I'm going to click green. And the last one, I'm going to Control C, Control V, and same thing. This question is asking me about chemical changes. Now, when I talk about chemical changes, I'm not using green, I'm using orange. So I'm going to click the line, click this little pencil, and make it orange. And now, my unit map, my unit relationships, and my unit self-test questions, are all matching.